let's take this back just a little bit in terms of, I want to ask you what tips you would provide or advice, I guess, to aspiring professionals that are also wanting to look towards making change and really helping to build their career pathway into executive level roles, and or be able to have that courage to launch a passion project.
Yeah, I think for me, looking back, what I would almost even tell myself had I gone back into first year and be sitting again and going through the career path again is to take risks. I think it's really important to be willing to take some risks and to utilize your network really well as well. So for me, when we came up with Envision and we were starting the organization as a whole, it was a huge risk for us at the time because we hadn't been really involved with creating our own nonprofit before. We had been involved with volunteer organizations and other nonprofits such as ACE and SVF and all that, but we had to create this from scratch ourselves. Myself, Jacqueline, Jeff, like that was it. So we took a huge risk there. But we kind of worked together and used our own networks to be able to, first of all, fuel the ideas and start asking some of those conversations. And that's another tip that I would give is asking questions. I think that's been something that's worked really well for me throughout my co-op experiences, throughout my professional experiences, throughout any extracurriculars that I've done. I've always put up my hand and asked questions and gotten involved in areas that I've wanted to get involved in. And that's what leads to taking those risks. That's what leads to using that network. All of them kind of go hand in hand. But those have sort of been the things that have shaped my career, is being able to go in, learn from other people. I don't ever think of myself as somebody who's really smart. I think of myself as somebody who has people that I can go to ask questions if I need help or if I need to point somebody in the right direction. Even now with Envision, when we get questions for, where they have specific questions about certain aspects of university, we might not know the answers to everything, but we have people out there who are experts that we can reach out to and get feedback on and go back to the students and help them afterwards. So I think that's really key, is being able to ask questions, being able to take some risks, putting your hand up, and not being afraid to fail, because you're going to make mistakes and you're going to learn from them. Even our programming, it's shaped so much from the very first time. We thought Vision Board was going to be it. Vision Board was going to solve all the problems for all high school students. That's it. You don't need to go anywhere else. And we're thinking, okay, well, they have information. We just gave them even more data. Now you go on the website and you see 400 different programs or 1,000 different programs. Now what do you do? So that's what shaped into, okay, how do we take this into the next step? How do we progress our journey? And we're still taking risks today, but we're thankful to have a lot of experts in our corner, a lot of people that we can go to, our support networks, people such as yourself, the School of Accounting Finance, Tim Jackson, all these great people who have helped us through this journey and continue to guide us. And that's really what makes us into the professionals we are right now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Very, very wise words. And it's obviously the tips and the advice that you've provided has worked exceedingly well for you as well. So, and I think totally that as you build your skills, don't be afraid to take those calculated risks. Don't be afraid to be the only person to put your hand up to say, I have a question. Because if you have that question, chances are others do as well,
yep.
Right? And why not ask that question? Take that risk, ask that question, put yourself out there, make yourself vulnerable, but what you get back is so valuable in terms of impacting your career, impacting your academics, and impacting your journey.
And
so,
you just learn a lot through
mm-hmm.
the process, right? I think and this also goes to co-op as well. When you are going into a co-op position, I think when you go in, you're always afraid to make mistakes, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? I'll get fired, or something's gonna happen. And asking those questions is really important, because that shows that you want to learn, and that shows and that builds respect and trust with the people that you're working with. whether it's in a professional environment, whether it's in something like Envision as well. Like I ask Jacqueline and Jeff questions all the time, or pick their brains and see, this is what I'm thinking for a partnership strategy. I know I'm the head of partnerships here, but what do you think? Like, do you agree with me? And we augment our ideas through those conversations, through learning from each other. And I think that's really the key there.
Oh, again, fantastic, wise words. Thank you so much, Annu. Again, thank you for taking your time out of your very busy schedule with Envision and Deloitte in terms of speaking to us, and also providing us with a little bit of insight into what you're currently doing, where you came from, and how you became to be.
Thank you for having me.
So thank you again for coming to campus and speaking with us.
Thanks so much, Patty. Thanks to you, the team, for having me back. It's great to be back sitting here and just like reminiscing about all the different experiences. So very grateful for that as well, and glad to be a proud SAF alumni.
Yeah, and not bad setting, right?
It's
like
great.
In Muskoka chairs on the patio, right? Like
It's summer
beautiful
vibes.
summer. Yeah.
For sure.